A lot of times with our athletes, we'll see throwers who step across their body when they're throwing. So in this video, we're going to talk about why that happens, what things in your throw can predispose you to stepping across your body, and we're going to talk about what positions you need to be in to maybe keep your energy moving forward rather than laterally. Dom here with the OAI. Stepping across your body, that's when you're going towards your target and you're blocking yourself off this way and you're almost stepping completely in front of your back foot. So when this happens, you'll see a bunch of different compensatory patterns happen during your throw. So things can happen before stepping across your body that can cause you to step across your body, but also stepping across your body can cause issues after the foot lands. So we're going to talk about what those things are and then how we can go ahead and correct some of those things with a couple drills or just with classic pre-positioning. So when you go ahead and get loaded, if you're quad loading in your throw, so if you're leaning this knee forward and this knee gets too far out over your toe, now you're loading your quad and you're offloading your glutes. So now to center your body or to center your center of mass, your chest is going to come backwards, because if this is moving forward, if your chest continues to move forward, you're going to fall this way. So to try to center yourself out, your body is going to fall backwards to even out its center of mass. So by quad loading here, now this knee collapses. You've lost all your glute control, all your pelvic rotation. So now as this knee continues to drift forward, this knee goes down to the ground, actually causing this foot to land prematurely because you're actually closer to the ground. Your foot is going to land earlier than it intended to. So when you land, you're coming around this way. Since it lands early, you're not able to get completely open. So what we see a lot of times is when their athletes land or step across their body, they're blocking themselves off here through their pelvis. So they're actually blocking their range of motion and they're not able to reach that full excursion of their pelvic rotation or use all that extra power that they've actually built up. So now when they land, instead of being able to rotate all the way through, now you're only rotating this far because you're actually mechanically blocking your pelvis from rotating any further because you're landing in a closed position. So now that hip can't get into full hip extension and use that full glute strength to propel the pelvis forward and to start our trunk rotation. Another thing we'll see from stepping forward is not only the lack of pelvic rotation, but now the body or the chest is going to have to fall back and deviate this way to get back in line with the plate. So the body is trying to correct itself and even itself back out to get in line with the target. So now that elbow comes up too high, we get too much side bend and we actually deviate towards our glove side rather than staying here and coming through on an even plane, which keeps our core in a much more optimal position as we go to throw. What you need to focus on when you're going to try to fix this fault is make sure that we're getting set into a good position, that we're starting with our hips back, starting with our knee over our shoelace, and that we're counter-rotating away from the target. So we're putting our core and putting our chest into a good position, putting our hips into a good position to be able to rotate, and making sure that when we land, we're landing in line with our foot and that we're not stepping across this way. So placing something on the ground to prevent you from closing off your body is very important for a drill like this. But the biggest thing is making sure you're in position. So get loaded, put the butt back, bring the chest forward to put yourself into a good position, and then go through your throw there. Making sure we hold that position when we go towards the plate is very important to make sure that we don't step across our body and that we're landing in line with the plate to allow full efficiency in our throw. As we know, stepping across your body can be a huge gateway for biomechanical faults, either earlier or later in your throw. So making sure we're in a good position when we go to move down the mound is very important to make sure that we're using our energy towards the plate and that we're not losing it laterally or to our glove side, which is what happens when we step across our body. As our knees bow out, we're unable to extend and get our chest forward into the throw. All those things can lead to precarious arm positions and precarious body positions that can make you more susceptible to injury while also losing a ton of energy where you're losing velocity because of stepping across your body. So if you have any questions, any concerns, or if you're interested in learning how to fix this fault, go ahead and reach out to us. Thanks for tuning in.